Good day, esteemed guests and colleagues. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Words of Inspiration. My name is Masood Saeed. In this video, I will discuss why prophets were whitewashed, the untold truth. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin with a provocative question. What if I told you that the most revered figures in religious history were visually altered centuries before the advent of digital editing? As noted by David Friedberg, 1989, in The Power of Images, Studies in the History and Theory of Response. Page 112, the manipulation of religious imagery has a long and complex history. The historical record is clear. Prophets such as Isa, Jesus, peace be upon him, and Musa, Moses, peace be upon him, did not originate from Europe. This is supported by Buddy Ehrman, 1989, in Jesus, Apocalyptic Prophet of the New Millennium, page 45. These figures hailed from the Middle East, Africa, and Asia. According to Karen Armstrong, 1993, in A History of God, page 87, both Islamic history and the Quran emphasize that prophets were sent to their own communities, reflecting the people among whom they lived. Authentic hadith, as compiled by al-Bukhari in Sahih al-Bukhari, 9th century, Dar ibn Kathir, page 134, describe the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as possessing the complexion and features typical of the Arabian Peninsula. However, as art historian James Hall, 2014, explains in The Self-Portrait, A Cultural History, page 201, Western artists during the Renaissance began depicting these prophets with lighter skin, narrower noses, and distinctly European features. This was not accidental. This phenomenon, known as whitewashing, is rooted in social and psychological factors. As Frantz Fanon, 1952, discusses in Black Skin, White Masks, page 63, such practices stem from deep-seated prejudice and the human tendency to see the divine in one's own image. Western psychologists, including Henri Tajfel, 1981, in Human Groups and Social Categories, page 255, identify this as in-group bias. Islamic scholars, such as Dr. Yasir Qadi, 1999, in Introduction to the Sciences of the Quran, page 77, warn that these distortions can foster spiritual arrogance and contribute to cultural erasure. By portraying prophets with Western features, artists and theologians asserted spiritual authority, and as Edward Said, 1978, argues in Orientalism, page 120, reinforced cultural dominance. Western historians such as Niall Ferguson, 2011, in Civilization, the West and the Rest, page 89, link this to colonialism and Eurocentrism. Islamic historians, including Dr. Alia Mazrui, 2006, in Islam Between Globalization and Counterterrorism, page 41, highlight the conflict between these images and the Quranic message of universal brotherhood. Today, both Muslim and Western scholars are critically examining this historical discrimination. For example, Ibn Khaldun, 1377, in Al-Muqaddimah, Princeton University Press, 2015 edition, page 302, condemned the distortion of history for political purposes. Similarly, Edward Said, 1978, as previously mentioned, exposed the dangers of Orientalism and misrepresentation. Contemporary research in genetics and anthropology, as outlined by Dr. Shomarka Keita, 2004, in Genetic Diversity in Africa, American Journal of Human Biology, page 400, confirms the Middle Eastern and African origins of these prophets. According to the Quran, Surat al-Hujurat, chapter 49, verse 13, diversity is a sign of God. An authentic hadith, as found in Sahih Muslim, Dar al-Fikr, page 215, celebrate the variety of humanity, the unity of humanity, all created from one man and one woman. The divine purpose of diversity, nations and tribes exist to know one another, not to discriminate. True honor lies not in race, status, or wealth, but in taqwa, piety, and God consciousness. In conclusion, the alteration of prophetic images was not simply an artistic matter, but a deliberate reshaping of power and perception. Both Islamic and Western traditions affirm that truth must rise above distortion. The Quran reminds us, O mankind, indeed we created you from male and female and made you peoples and tribes so that you may know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Surah Al-Hujurat 49:13. This verse affirms three eternal truths: the unity of humanity, all created from one man and one woman; the divine purpose of diversity, that nations and tribes exist to know one another, not to discriminate; and that true honor lies not in race, status, or wealth, but in taqwa, piety, and God consciousness. Recognizing the authentic and diverse origins of the prophets is therefore not only an act of historical honesty, but also a step towards justice, mutual respect, and genuine understanding. Thank you. Don't forget to tap on the like, share, and subscribe buttons to stay updated with more content like this. Your support helps us reach more people and continue these important discussions. And if you have any thoughts, questions, or experiences to share, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Your feedback and stories are invaluable in fostering a meaningful dialogue around these topics. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has been educational and formative.